you through how to do a little bit of marketing planning pretty quick. So I use Facebook for this just because it's easy, but you can also, I'll show you a couple of other tools so you can kind of figure out how much potential audience there is for you just off the bat. I know the last exercise that we did probably overwhelmed some of you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't possibly reach 1 million people. But let's look at what that is. So let's imagine that we have an apparel business and we sell basketball related apparel, t-shirts, screen printed type of stuff. So we can go through, when we're just going through this, we just need to get to the ad set space where it lets us test our audience. So get into Facebook ads, and then we're going to start building an audience just to create something that makes sense. So we're only selling in the United States. Let's say our target audience is youngsters, so we're not having 65-year-olds. We think probably 50-year-olds will be in here. Let's say all of our stuff is primarily in English. We don't have like a translation, anything on our site, so that's going to be important for people to understand. And then we can start getting into demographics. So we can get into NBA fans. So let's check this out. We can start looking at how many people who work for the NBA. Job titles is around the NBA. People were talking about the NBA All-Star Game. And so we can see it's still pretty broad. It's not even giving us a real audience. Oh yeah, we can see here there's like 21 million people whose interests have been related in somewhat to the NBA All-Star Game. Or we could say maybe we have college basketball, people who are big fans of college basketball. Or we get into March Madness. So we've got all of these very specific things, and we can see that across the board here, we have some pretty direct, we've got some pretty big numbers going on over here. And so as we were talking about, I just don't want you to get overwhelmed as we get into planning your marketing, is knowing that you're going to start wherever your business is now and you're going to grow and expand. And so it's pretty easy to understand, is that something you have going on? As we go through, if we narrow down our audience to just people who live in Reno, Nevada, can we get in there? Yeah. Within a 25-mile radius, we might start seeing that audience. You can see over here that audience size got kind of specific. So it started moving that way. And, if we said people who are just friends of people from our Facebook page, and we pick, the Wonder Jams Facebook page, we get into a very, very niche specific audience here that might be too specific depending on what we're doing. So just all of that to say, this is a nice place to start understanding what's going on. And we can also go to, if we go to Google Trends, we can see we can see over the last 12 months, we can go 2004 to the present. So you can see that that's something that's been searched a lot more in the past. It's kind of gone down generally and worldwide. We want to get into United States. So all of this can tell us, is there an interest or is there something specific about, our whatever we're doing. This can teach us how do we need to think about it. Is there a big enough audience for what we're trying to do? Is it broad enough, or can I target it somewhere? Or this is going to just help us in our planning and understand the world that we need to go advertise and market and get in front of. So hop in the comments below. Talk about anything that you learned during your planning phase. Where have you seen opportunities to increase your awareness? Is there a bigger audience or smaller audience than you anticipated? And do you have any ideas about how you might get in front of, or what you might do once you're there in front of those folks? Look forward to chatting with you. Peace.